నెట్వర్క్ ఇష్యూస్ ఉన్నట్టున్నాయి ఫ్రెండ్స్. ఏంటో మరి అర్థం అవ్వట్లేదు. ఎందుకు ఇలా అయిందో అర్థం అవ్వట్లేదు.
I think now, yeah. Finally.
Yeah, hi. So without wasting much further time, yeah, please introduce yourself here because many of my friends don't know about you.
Yeah. I'm audible?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So hi everyone who was live there. I am from North, so I believe maximum people are from South or so. My name is Dr. Nitin and I'm a cardiorespiratory physiotherapist. So these days we are the main entity of the treatment for COVID-19 patients. So I am running in healthcare here in Delhi NCR with the name called ErgoWork Healthcare, and we are been treating patients on tele-rehab base. So this is the new thing which we are discussing today is regarding telehealth, which is a new era of treatment in using technology. So there's a small brief introduction. I have done my master's in cardiorespiratory from Jamia Millia Islamia. It's a Delhi Central Government University in Delhi. And I'm continuing my PhD in cardiorespiratory rehabilitation on some topics. That's all from my side. We can discuss about this stuff. Over to you.
So what is tele rehab here? Because many of my friends doesn't know.
Yes. So basically, we all know, if I talk about a broad aspect of physiotherapy, we all engage with one-to-one. We need a physical touch, right? So we have many entities in physiotherapy treatments. We work in orthopedics, we work in neuro, we work in cardio, we work in sports. So there is a patient and therapist involvement in physical terms. So now in India, it's not a boom, but from last 3-4 years and recently from last 1 year, we are working more on tele-rehab concept. So what we are trying to do is what we deliver in the clinics, we are delivering at home. So we all know that due to pandemic, the patients cannot come to the clinic, and due to safety standards, we have to create some customized model of how to make the patient treat without our presence through virtual background. So that's the main purpose of tele-rehabilitation. So if I talk about specific entity for today's life, we will talk about the COVID-19 patients.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So my purpose is more on COVID-19 patients these days. As we all physiotherapists who are there with me, they're coming live too. They know the things. We all know the things. And majorly, we have to be interactive now because in COVID-19, respiratory therapist especially has a vital role in the recovery of patient in every stage of the recovery. If I talk about ICU, if I talk about IPDs, and if I talk about the post-recovery of the patient, right? So if we start from ICU, sir, if we start from the ICU background, a patient who is having a patchy lung or a CT score of higher than 15 out of 25.
Okay.
So yes, pulmonologist or a general physician will recommend you all the steroids, all the medications you have to take in ICU. But then the second point of approach is we have to clear his chest. If he has some secretions, we see there are nodular patches, there are opacity on the X-rays and all that. Yes. Now there comes a physiotherapist role, and especially a cardiorespiratory who knows the speciality of this treatment. So there are techniques, there are some techniques, there are some positioning. Like every one of us know, government is promoting that proning technique. The technique of proning makes the lung reaches to the good saturation level.
What do you feel
Right.
about that?
So it's a part.
Is it good?
Yeah, that's the concept. Yes, it is good. It's like a quick fix for a patient for some time. If a patient is in a critical condition, even in ICU, a patient is on a ventilator from tracheostomy to endotracheal tube. So if the patient is getting collapsed, all the staff make that patient turn on prone, and it's very, very successfully seen that the saturation level increases. So likewise, a patient who is in the house also. So let's categorize this disease in three parts, right? In three conditions. One is mild, one is moderate, one is severe. We know that.
Yeah.
We know that.
Yeah.
Apart from that, we consider it in a more bifurcated way in oxygen level. Let's take in that three groups. One group is having an oxygen saturation in between 95 to 99. Right. One group is having a saturation of 90 to 94. And third group of people is having saturation below 90. So where a respiratory therapist can work in mild and moderate patients with tele-rehab is this bracket. Those who are mild and moderate. So through tele-rehabilitation, through early detection of COVID, so as we all know that RT-PCR is also showing a false negative nowadays.
Yes.
Right. So false negative, we will not consider that patient is negative.
Yes.
Since then also that isolation protocol has to be followed for next 15 days. So there in the discussions and case studies, we are seeing that patients who are coming negative RT-PCR, but after 4-5 days, the pulmonologist says to go for a chest CT, and they see there is a CT score of 18. So now, for say, I have a patient who has started his things since the day one of the symptoms, and we are trying to patient to rehab his lungs. Majorly, we all know that lung is the major part of COVID-19. So, since we all reach to the doctor till the time it reaches to severity of showing symptoms, right? So we have shortness of breath, we feel dyspnea, we have some other fatigue. So then we consult a doctor in a pulmonology level, I will say. So they suggest you the medication. The basic medications are going on paracetamol, Dolo, ivermectin, Lyme C, zinc COVID. Those are the remedies which are being taken. So majorly after post-recovery of the patient. So there are many patients who are having lack of motivation, muscular strength weakness, difficulty in breathing after recovery. Since their chest x-ray is clear, everything is fine, but still there are the post-COVID problems which are coming. So here specifically, these tele-rehabilitation concept will work in a very good way.
No, my doubt is because the patient will expect the touch of this thing. Without that, how we are going to achieve it?
See, sir, this is, we cannot relate it with, as you are also an orthopedic surgeon. So,
no, just as a common man, I'm asking this.
Yeah. So I can tell you, so these techniques are basically self-performed techniques. Achha. Right? See, these are actively performed techniques which are divided. So if I tell you about my protocol which I follow for the patients is, it's a 40 minutes protocol where we are treating the patient in segments. So a pulmonary rehab and a yoga are two different things. That is what I face in Indian demographic people. So people compare this with yoga. Right. So it's my opinion. I'm not saying yoga is wrong. Yoga has its own importance, but it's not the treatment. currently in COVID. It's not the treatment. Definitely, it is a maintenance. Yoga is a maintenance for the patient, but rehab comes from the pulmonary aspect. So, if I tell you how we treat the patient is, we start from the breathing exercises. That's the segment of breathing exercise, right? So there are different ways of doing. We do deep breathing, we do pulse rib breathing, we have segmental breathing, we have diaphragmatic breathing. So there, so much logic is there. So if someone has cough, and he wants to actively exfoliate all those secretions from his mouth. So there is a technique called active cycle of breathing technique. So it has a 4-step segment. It has a 4-step segment where we are trying to take out the secretion from the lower lobes. So this can be done by active patient, right? So I can shorten this technique in way that first step is deep breathing. We take deep breath from our nose, like, and we say it to 2, 3, 4 times, right? And the second step is thoracic expansion. So we do thoracic expansion like second step. Third, we tell the patient to do huff, right? And the fourth step is we cough. So these 4 steps is so logical that while we do the first step, the secretion comes in the central part, right?
Okay.
In the second step, in thoracic expansion, it reaches to the central part in the upwards. Now, when we cough, from the lower respiratory tract, it reaches to the upper respiratory tract like this. And in the fourth step, when you cough, that sputum gets out. So that can be done by active patient only.
Okay.
Let me say that. Right. So here we are doing 15 to 20 ranges of breathing exercises progressively with the patient acceptance. So
if you have
let me
got
tell you
any
in this.
those video links, kindly share here. I'll promote. I'll share along with my in all my.
Definitely, sir.
WhatsApp and
I would rather suggest that you can find out some good cardiorespiratory therapists online or through video consultation, and then they can suggest you with the referred content. Because nowadays what is happening, there are so many reels on Instagram, so many content on YouTube and all that. So the way you have to perform, you cannot see through the videos. Since you should take a consultation from a registered respiratory physiotherapist. Right. So that's because what is happening is you don't know the severity of your condition. So every breathing technique has a logic behind it, and it can aggravate your deterioration of saturation level. That's what I'm saying. So it's not like a yoga, again I'm saying you, it's not a common exercises. Yes, it is a set of delivery of things, but how and when and how much, the repetition, the frequency has to be understood by someone who is expert in this. What I can suggest. And definitely I can share some content to you.
So for mild cases, we can do this.
For mild and for severe also. No, sorry, moderate, not severe. Not severe. But yes, in severe, there are conditions. It depends. If a patient is in a moderate condition and he is on oxygen supplementation too, we can treat him because the range is in between 90 to 94. Right? I'm talking about room air. If a patient is having an oxygenation of 90 to 94 in room air, then we can do it. We can rehabilitate that person within next 10 to 15 days to reach that saturation to 97 and 99.
Okay.
Right. So that's the glory of this rehab. So this was one segment of this rehabilitation. Then second set of thing is doing muscular strength, working on their muscular weakness. So there are basic terminologies for upper limbs and lower limbs. So there are basic exercises which can be modified, advanced repetitions according to the patient's acceptance. So that's why I'm saying it's not logical since you have not consulted anyone. It's same like a doctor. You prescribe without any medications, you take any medication without prescription, and it can harm to you. Same as with these rehabs. If you do it more, you do it in a wrong way, it can create some exuberation. That should not be done. That's the logic behind it. Then the
So in
third
Delhi, they
part is your
are promoting the rehab for all the mild cases. I'm just asking.
on ground, no. But on virtual grounds, we all are doing this rehab thing. Yes. On tele rehab. Yes, in the hospitals they are doing, but this thing needs a lot of good
Awareness.
staff. Yes, awareness and staff. I would rather like that the government should promote this entity right now, because this is the best time we as a physical therapist, all those who are in this profession, has a good time to lead in this sector, in respiratory physiotherapy. So yes, we are doing. That's not there. It's always there. Our association is doing a lot in promotion of this activity. So we are having these free online also. We have online toll-free numbers on which there are lots of panel who is sitting for these rehabilitation. So yes, there is a lot of initiative been taken. I can share you that thing also.
Yeah, please share here, because only after your interaction, then now I came to know what is the real importance.
Yeah.
So as a doctor, even I am not aware of how you are doing with tele rehab. This. So
That's
if
the
there is any
saddest part.
patient who is in, who needs it, I'll definitely share in all my social media platforms. So some people might connect.
Correct, sir. I mean, it is there because in art people because
Actually, actually, people are afraid to come to the physios.
yeah.
So
So
if they
that's what
know
I'm
that there is
saying.
a tele rehab, they can do it online
Correct.
through WhatsApp or
Yeah.
whatever.
Correct. That's all done on Zoom or WhatsApp. See, US and UK have been doing from last 10 years. So we are very behind with this.
Acha, okay.
So if we take the articles and all those articles through which we study about these protocols, they are quoted in 2017, 2010, like that. So because the major problem in India is we don't have electricity and internet. That's the basic problem we have. So likewise, we have rainy season these days. There is a lot of chaos going on in all the states. So there's a major problem now in India that we don't have proper internet connection. That's the main reason I face in treatments also.
Yeah, yeah. But at
Very.
least in
That's the
Hyderabad, I think you will have definitely current and both the electricity and internet. Even I am not aware till now. This tele rehab, I'll definitely promote in my social media these things.
yes.
So what are the
So
how are the results here?
I can tell you, since I am very active in social media, I am also facing that lack of awareness thing, and I'm sure all those who are working with me also, all the students, colleagues, and professionals, they also face the same problem. That is lack of awareness. So from my aspect, I have been doing from last 3 to 4 months now, and successfully, I can say that around more than 150 patients have been cured without any oxygenation. So hats off to all those who are recommending me and all the respiratory physiotherapists who are promoting this. There is lack of promotion definitely, but yes, we are doing it. We are doing on a voluntary basis also, and we are promoting in it every level. People from the south, there are very good respiratory physiotherapists who are giving services. From the north also, there are few people who are doing very good work. So yes, in cumulative way, people are getting aware. That's a good thing now that I can say.
Nice here. So before we close, can you give few important tips for the COVID patients, mild to moderate symptoms, who are at home, regarding breathing or regarding walking or doing exercises, or eating habits? Because you might have seen so many patients till now. Where do they
Yes.
make simple mistakes? So please give few tips on that.
So I think first of all, with the medications you are taking, if you are mild or moderate patient of COVID, and most importantly, a post-recovered patient. These are the three categories which this entity of rehabilitation can give you a massive result in improvement. Whether it is your breathing, whether it is your overall muscular strength, whether it is your quality of life, whether it is your flexibility. So there are many entities. So in short, I can say that you can definitely recommend a respiratory therapist who is actually a practitioner. You can find it on your internet or wherever you can see. And all those things, all the guidelines which are being mentioned, you should understand that, which are being given by the government also. There are many articles which quote those rehabs and all. But yes, as you consult a general physician or a pulmonologist, I believe in future this entity as a respiratory therapist will also be a panel of it, and it is there. But now we need promotion from the doctors end also. So because this is a one-to-one, if we need a patient's multidisciplinary treatment, so medication, rehab, and nutrition, there are three things. So in nutrition, I cannot comment much because that's a different entity. That's a different entity itself. But yes, if I am there as my category of person, I will definitely recommend a nutritionist there to a patient. If I don't know anything, so I will recommend a pulmonologist. So when a 3-4 group of people are making that patient rehab, medicated, and given a proper diet, in a whole, I can tell you in a case studies, if I share one case study of a patient, he is 27 years old, he has asthma, and he was COVID positive. His CT score came 15 out of 25. So already he is having a low immunocompromised problem with asthma. Again, he has COVID. Now, I can tell you, he was having a supplemental oxygen. He had a concentrator at home for last 10 days. And his oxygen was maintaining till 90. Since his saturation fall till 77. But whenever he used to remove that oxygen, the oxygen should fall again. That we all know. That fall comes when you remove that oxygen. So here a person does a rehab to the patient for next 10 to 15 days. The patient slowly oxygen supplementation gets reduced. So if a patient is on 5 liter oxygen, that rehab makes that person reach to 1 liter oxygen slowly, progressively. And once at a day, it's come to a point that you are removing that oxygen and you are treating it normally. So now in room air, that patient has reached to 95% oxygen on room air. So likewise, there are multiple cases which are coming, which have some comorbidities to, which have some already an genetic problem to. So there are multi-directional things. One patient who came with a musculoskeletal problem and COVID. So he had a fracture in his humerus. And now, how can you tell that patient to do proning? Hospital is not accepting that patient because he is COVID positive. Now, what will you do? So now, here, a physiotherapist, again in musculoskeletal, I'm telling you, we have provided the sling, and within the sling also we have done rehabilitation. So that's a basic treatment where you are allowing the muscles to rehab. Since the patient cannot do the proning, we have other ways to do also, is slide line in right and left. So he had a right problem, so we cannot keep the weight on the right side, obviously. So we made him do in the left side, and on the left side he used to sit for 30 to 1 hour, and his saturation got slowly perfect. He was at 89 and he reached to 95 with rehabilitation. So that's the power of this category of treatment that I can share here.
So nice here. I also learned so many new things. I think there is a lot of lack of awareness. I'll definitely share now.
Yes, it is.
I think this video will reach at least in the Instagram at least 300 to 400 people. Then I'll share in my YouTube and Facebook as well, and in my WhatsApp status as well. Daily at least 2,000 friends will see my WhatsApp status. So it will go in all the physio groups. I hope so. Next time we'll do another session here. So I'm very thankful to have you.
Thank you so much for calling me here.
No, I should tell you thanks. You should not tell. I should tell you.
No, sir, it's good to see that people like you are promoting us and knowing more about it, because this entity has a very much potential in next recovering of the COVID patients.
No, last
There will
time
be
I did.
lots
Last
and
time
lots
I
of
did.
posts.
Sorry to interrupt. Last time I did Insta live with physio friends, but that time I don't know about the tele rehab. I'm telling you
Yeah,
frankly. Only 2 days back I came to know, oh, there is a tele rehab, because tele consultation itself is very new. It came just last year. Earlier we were
correct.
asking the patients to come. Because of the COVID and lockdown, we are telling, okay, through tele consultation we are seeing. But tele rehab, that I came to know only 2 days back, that I'll promote definitely. Whoever is interested, whoever wants their, better function, better rehab, whoever are affordable, whoever wants to reach you, whoever wants to meet a physical therapist, they'll definitely meet.
Yes,
As the
yes,
awareness increases,
definitely. It's not
yeah,
there for, I can tell you in this that it's not the only my entity of tele-rehab. It's there in orthopedics, it's in neuro, it's in sports and everything now there is tele-rehab. Thus the point is that we have barriers. There are a lot of barriers for tele-rehab. That's the major problem we will face. But yes, in the next 1 to 2 to 3 years for COVID patients, post recovery will be more in tele rehab concept. And then when things will get good, because since the cases are increasing day by day, it's not getting stable. Since when it will come to a neutral position, then I presume that we, from our side, we should have more of pulmonary rehabilitation OPDs. That's what I would concern of, because now
So it's been there for the cardiac rehab too. Day before yesterday only I got a patient for cardiac rehab. Home-based cardiac rehabilitation through tele-rehab. So he had a angioplasty and then we are doing a rehabilitation. I'm very happy that a cardiologist referred to this, because now a cardiologist is referring, a pulmonologist is referring, because the results are there now to the people. So
nice
I
way.
highly appreciate to all my professionals too, all the seniors who are working there. And I am very small to say that, but all the seniors, all the fellow professionals of my entity, they are doing great job. And I could say hats off to those who are working in the COVID scenario, in the hospitals, in IPDs. Day and night they are doing work with the patients, because I can tell you, sir, respiratory physiotherapist or any physiotherapist working in an ICU gives minimum 15 to 20 to 30 minutes to patient. So it takes a lot of courage to be in that PPE kit and treat that patient. So I
Yeah,
could appreciate those people first, because they give lots of time to them. And all the medical professionals, all the nursing staff, all the doctors, all those who are working with them, because I think we have to work together and promote the healthcare, because in North, in Delhi specifically, we were collapsed last few 3 weeks. So we were literally collapsed with healthcare. We didn't have oxygen. We didn't have, so many medications were black marketed and lots of things. Let's not go on that. But there were lots of problems which was facing in Delhi NCR. But thankfully, government has uplifted the standards. They have increased the beds. They have managed to get the oxygen cylinders. But still, if this entity can help in reduction of the hospitalization, then it's a really important thing to be promoted by the government too. That's what I believe in this.
correct. Yes. Okay, thank you so much.
Right.
Yeah, I'm very thankful to you once again. We'll catch you again.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.